John D. Rockefeller, The Importance of Fiscal Discipline in Wealth Building. Why is it that some amass fortunes while others struggle to keep their pockets full? Hello there, I'm John D. Rockefeller. You might have heard a thing or two about me. I built an empire on the principles of fiscal discipline, and today I'm here to share with you the essence of accumulating wealth and the role discipline plays in it. The foundation of fortune, saving as a stepping stone. Let's begin with the cornerstone of wealth, saving. It's not merely about putting pennies in a piggy bank, it's about creating a buffer between you and life's unpredictabilities. It's your first line of defense against the unforeseen. Now, I started with a small sum, but the habit of saving was my steadfast ally. For you see, saving isn't just an act, it's a mindset. When I received my first earnings, I didn't rush to the nearest store. Instead, I saved a dime from every dollar. Over time, those dimes built the foundation of my fortune. Think of it this way. Every coin you save is a brick in the empire you're building. It's not the amount that counts, it's the habit. Start with what you have, not with what you hope to make in the future. Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound lessons from the legend. Investing with intelligence, seeds of wealth. Once you've begun saving, the next step is to make your money work for you, investing. But not the reckless gamble that some take it for. No, investing must be approached with the precision of a scientist and the caution of a sage. I invested in oil when it was just a novelty. People thought I was digging my own financial grave, but I saw the potential. I analyzed the risks, the market, the technology. I didn't put all my eggs in one basket, but I also didn't scatter them so wide that I couldn't watch them. When you invest, think of it as planting a garden. You want diversity to weather the storms, but you also want to be familiar with every plant, every investment. Know what you're putting your money into and understand how it grows. The economy of effort, not a penny wasted. This brings us to efficiency, ensuring not a penny nor a moment is wasted. In my refineries, I demanded detailed accounts. Why? Because every drop of oil saved was a drop of profit earned. You too should look for efficiency in your financial life. Track your expenses, understand your habits, and cut the fat. If a cost isn't bringing you value, eliminate it. Be ruthless in trimming inefficiency, and you'll find your resources multiplying. The power of patience, wealth's true companion. Lastly, let's talk about patience. Wealth is not a sprint, it's a marathon. There's a seductive rush in quick profits, but the steady hand reaps the greatest rewards. I was patient when others were not, and it was patience that saw my investments mature into the bountiful harvest they became. Consider this. How often do you chase after quick gains, and how often do they pan out as you hoped? True growth takes time, and patience is the gardener that tends it. As we wrap up this first lesson, let me leave you with a question. How will you apply the discipline of saving to lay the first stone of your financial empire? Now, let's move on to the second lesson, where we will dive into the strategic play of investments and how to navigate the turbulent waters of market opportunities, crafting the vessels of prosperity, strategic investment mastery. As we chart the course of our financial voyage, let us turn our attention to investments, a domain where foresight meets fortitude. Strategic investment, the discipline of due diligence. Investing isn't a game of luck, it's a game of strategy. When I saw potential in the oil industry, I didn't leap without looking. I studied every facet of the business. This is due diligence, the meticulous investigation into an investment before committing your resources. To invest wisely, you must understand the terrain. I familiarized myself with the mechanics of oil drilling, refining, and distribution. I knew my business better than anyone else. You too must become a student of your investments. Grasp the inner workings, the external pressures, and the long-term prospects. Risk management, balancing the scales. No investment is without risk, but not all risks carry the same weight. I weighed each one, balancing potential gains against possible losses. It's not about avoiding risk altogether, it's about managing it. You must ask yourself, what's the worst-case scenario, and can I live with it? If the answer is no, then perhaps you need to reassess. Keep your risks calculated and within the bounds of what you can control. Diversification, the art of spreading wealth. Diversification was my safeguard. Just as a wise captain doesn't rely on a single sail, you shouldn't rely on a single investment. Spread your assets across different sectors, and you'll protect yourself against the storms of market volatility. But beware of over-diversification. If you spread yourself too thin, you might not have enough in any one area to see significant growth. Find the balance, sufficient variety to protect, yet enough concentration to benefit. The long view, investing with vision. I always took the long view. My investments were not for the immediate gratification, but for the grand vision I held. Wealth building is a journey that spans not just years, but decades. Take a moment and think, what's your vision? Where do you see your investments in 10, 20, or 30 years? The clarity of your long-term vision will guide the decisions you make today. To wrap up this segment, consider the investments you currently hold or are contemplating. Have you done your due diligence? Are you managing your risks well? How diversified are your assets, and what is your long-term vision for them? As we navigate further into the intricacies of wealth building, our next lesson will focus on the robust reinforcement of our financial fortress through the astute management of expenses and the maximization of efficiency. Orchestrating Opulence, the symphony of spending and saving. In this third movement of our fiscal symphony, let's delve into the delicate dance between spending and saving, and how mastering this balance can lead to a crescendo of wealth. The alchemy of economy, transforming spending into saving. Economy and spending is not about miserliness. It's about making intelligent choices. During the early days of Standard Oil, I scrutinized every expense, no matter how small. Why? Because I knew that a dollar saved in costs was a dollar that could be reinvested into the business. Each spending decision you make should be seen as an opportunity to save. Before any purchase, ask yourself, is this necessary? Will this bring value proportional to its cost? Can the same result be achieved more efficiently? In answering these questions, you often find that what seems indispensable is not always so. The discipline of budgeting, charting your financial course. Budgeting is the map by which you navigate your financial seas. It's a tool that allows you to preemptively decide where your resources will bring the most benefit. In creating a budget, you allocate funds to your priorities and, just as importantly, identify where you can cut back. I attribute much of my success to this principle. By budgeting effectively, I was able to channel funds where they were most needed, to avenues that would generate returns rather than to frivolous expenses that would drain my coffers. Expense management, the audit of financial health. Regularly auditing your expenses is as crucial as a doctor's checkup. It keeps your finances in good health and alerts you to potential problems before they become unmanageable. In my companies, I insisted on frequent and thorough reviews of our books. Apply the same to your personal finances. Regularly assess where your money is going and don't let any expense escape your scrutiny. This vigilance ensures you are not unwittingly wasting resources. The paradox of choice: deciding with discipline. In a world abundant with choices, the disciplined individual recognizes that they can't partake in everything. I lived modestly despite my wealth because I understood that true wealth comes from what you keep, not from what you spend. Your choices in spending directly affect your ability to save and invest. Choose with foresight and restraint, and your future self will thank you for the wealth that such discipline has preserved and multiplied. So, as we conclude this segment, reflect upon your current spending habits. How might you apply the discipline of budgeting to better chart your financial course? Where can you perform an audit of your expenses? And what choices might you need to reconsider to strengthen your financial position? As we approach the final act of our discourse, we will explore the virtue of patience in wealth building, a trait that turns the ordinary into the extraordinary. The virtue of vision, patience in the tapestry of time. As we weave the final threads into the tapestry of our discourse on wealth, let us illuminate the virtue of patience, a quality that both tempers and magnifies the potency of fiscal discipline. Patience, the quiet sentinel of prosperity. Patience is the quiet sentinel that stands guard over the long road to wealth. It is the ability to endure the passing of seasons, to wait for the seeds of investment to break through the soil and reach for the sun. I did not build Standard Oil in a day, a month, or even a year. It was the work of a lifetime. The investments you make, the savings you accumulate, the expenses you control, all these require the nurturing hand of time to come to fruition. Compounding, the eighth wonder of the world. Albert Einstein once referred to compound interest as the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it, earns it. He who doesn't, pays it. The magic of compounding is not just in the mathematics, but in the patience required to let it work its wonder. When I invested my earnings, I knew that the true reward would not be immediate. It's the patience to allow your investments to grow, to let the interest compound upon interest that builds a modest sum into a king's ransom. Resilience in the face of adversity, staying the course. The path to wealth is strewn with obstacles. Markets will fluctuate, investments may falter, and crises will arise. Patience equips you with the resilience needed to stay the course. Remember, the market is a pendulum, forever swinging between optimism and pessimism. As I navigated through economic downturns, I remained steadfast in my vision, patient in my resolve. It is this resilience that will see you through to the other side of adversity. The long-term perspective, beyond the horizon. Finally, a long-term perspective is the telescope through which the patient investor discerns opportunity where others see only fog. I always look beyond the immediate horizon, to the future where my decisions of today would bear fruit. Take a moment now and cast your gaze forward. What are the long-term implications of your financial actions today? Are you planting trees under whose shade you may never sit, yet will provide shelter for generations to come? In closing, I urge you to embrace patience in all aspects of your wealth-building journey. Let it be the steady hand that guides your savings, the calm voice that directs your investments, and the wise advisor that tempers your spending. As we part ways in this final lesson, carry with you the understanding that patience is not simply waiting. It's the assured expectation that your disciplined efforts in the present will yield a bountiful harvest in the future. I hope these lessons will serve you well, as they have for me, in building a legacy of wealth that endures. May your financial endeavors be as patient as they are prosperous, and may the discipline you exercise today be the foundation of your fortune tomorrow.